leen andil lu bees tàq loolu mooy lan diggante nekk programme boo xam ne dafa jóg pour defar diggante yi.
diggante dinañ waxtaane nag si biir kër yi.
diggante nit ki ak boromam.
dinañ dem si biir office yi.
diggante nit ki ak yonantum.
dinañ génn réew mi.
diggante nit ki sax ak moromam. bàyyi daam am na ko tiit na lool ci diggante ak boromam mbaa du yàqu yi.
diggante du fi yàqu diggante dina ko defar fii.
ndax nag réeroo amul daal waaye ñàkk a waxtaan am bu ñu waxtaanee gindandikoo programme boobu nag ana ñen ñoo koy amal.
Mouhamadou Lamine Kane al Mansour ànd ak xaritam Baye Dame Diouf ñooy def diggante.
Gambian TV. ñoo leen di indil programme bu mag boobule.
dinañ ko indi ajuma bu nekk bu juróom-ñetti waxtu jotee ba juróom-ñeenti waxtu ak genn wàll.
asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakaatu. am na lu ñu leen indil lu bees tàq.
The immigrants they work in the country. Offend well, I tell you say, una self for go made and go country na. All my work inside the country from April the 1st. All my for go country. So you were inside the country from April the 1st. Go made and go country. Una self for no go country. If you no country, go made and go country. Because me, they don't go country. So make sure say you save them country. The immigrants they work in the country. Offend well, I tell you say, una self for go made and go country na. All my work inside the country from April the 1st. All my for go country. So you were inside the country from April the 1st. Go made and go country. Una self for no go country. If you no country, go made and go country. Because me, they don't go country. So make sure say you save them country.
asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi di leen nuyu ku nekk ci turam ak santam lii nag xibaar la boo xam ne nii ñu ngi ko jagleel képp ku nekk ci biir tundu Amérique di leen yëgal ne nguur gi tàmbali na li nga xam ne nii moom mooy compter bu gaa war a def di census bi nii nag dina ñëw ci kër gu nekk indi fa li nga xam ne nii moom mooy ab leetar bi nag mu ngi bàyyeekoo ci US 2020 census na ngeen fexe ñu compter leen compter waale seen njaboot ndaxte compte mi am na njëriñ yu bari lum ëmba compte bi nag mun nga koo def si li nga xam ne nii moom mooy online bi wala si sa téléphone jokkalante si diiri juróom-ñaari minute fexe leen bañ leen compter ak seeni njaboot man mii de dinañ ma compter.
We all count.
Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from...
Council, are we ready to continue with the next witness? If so, please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. We are ready to proceed with the next witness. Mr. Osa, kindly bring in the witness, please.
Thank you.
I, Abdou Anabi Jammeh.
I, Abdou Anabi Jammeh.
Do swear that.
Njomba Kalieko.
I, Abdou Anabi Jammeh.
Nje Abdou Anabi Jammeh.
Nje Abdou Anabi Jammeh.
Do swear that.
Njomba Kalieko.
Njomba Kalieko.
I'll speak the truth.
Berek Malagana.
Berek Malagana.
The whole truth.
Malagana too.
Malagana too.
And nothing but the truth.
Itekat bawanosan mate Malagana.
So help me God.
Mite rambeno.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness.
Njomba Saferi Siro.
Welcome to the TRRC.
Bismillah, the TRRC, Kalakak.
My name is Esa Mbaifal.
Je karesom Esa Mbaifal.
We have met briefly a little while ago.
Nukambura komburu pio tufang.
My role here today is to assist you give your testimony to the commissioners.
Ja to kambura kabumbo mi pumbirambe pumbol no sen tidia olidire commissioner.
Before you start to make your testimony,
I
have to warn you that you have made an oath to speak the truth. Lying under oath is a criminal offense in this country. Lying before the commission is also another crime. You are therefore warned to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you for your willingness to testify before this commission. We want to talk to you about a few issues. First is your biographical information. Because we want to know who you are. We also want to talk about the problems in the prison. That is got to do with the food, the accommodation, the hardships in the prison. We want to talk about the torture of prisoners and how you came to be detained in the prison. Your own detention and the detention of other prison officers. The human rights violations that occur during that period. The royal family that was in the prisons.
comme bukana kanu manji mi ko buko kan manje kuku dori buraka di kaso e kan manji wa sumi wo ko to me bajo ban aneta ngole na asanken hani wa fan kone mi royal family.
We want to talk about the prison's farm.
Di kalaka kati prison.
And we want to talk about your general impressions about David Colley's administration of the prison itself.
Di our pop fanga foli manu jukumi David Colley burka bola diru kaso mana tebor meno kaso nante aw di aw tebor yo jak di burongabu man kaso ware mejo di mante aw di o wakan kam sumo meno aw munu jukoro meno pop mbumi kayo pop di rejat kala ka ke jat.
Are you prepared to talk about all these issues?
Ni nyanu prepare pour numika ku yewu yani pine ni nyamom tu.
Ni prepare.
And at the end of the hearing we would give you an opportunity to say a few words.
Ya kasanka ubana jaay wan enda kemika kolla commissioner pane wuni pour mo mba popu sanke forma fano sando baja fa jakaf pour bu jema kana ko yenteni.
Let us begin.
Nya commença.
What are your full names, sir?
Karesi bru.
Abdou Anabi Jammeh.
My name's Abdou Anabi Jammeh.
What's your date of birth?
Mitienu baji.
1974.
I was born in the year 1974.
20 April.
Sorry?
Rek belen none
10 April 1974.
Or the 10th of April 1974.
Where were you born?
Isukuyenu baji.
I was born in Kanilai.
Where exactly is Kanilai located in the Gambia?
Kanilai is in Fonyi Kansala district.
Mr. Witness, you understand English, but we need to have Jola interpretation as you have requested. So allow for the interpretation to take place, and all of us should observe a 3-second interval between our speeches so that our speeches would not overlap.
Na entanama manyi matukuni janjang course English nya bare aw manulaw mi none pour ma jola wa kan na sore nya wun parce que tane nya bukan ko fiji ko ko sanken o ko gabak di aw nya fako wonora si wati pour mo won jamora.
You were born in Kanilai.
None Kanilai esuke Kanilai no baji.
Fonyi Kansala.
Of
course, the former head of state, Jammeh Jammeh, is also said to have been born in Kanilai.
Yes, that's correct.
Don't answer by saying
Okay.
You should answer by indicating yes or no. Say something into the record.
Yes.
Are you by any chance related?
Because
myself and Yahya Jammeh, I would say that all our surnames are the same.
You belong to the same clan, don't you?
Yes.
In fact, from my understanding, your family was one of the first Jammehs in Kanilai.
Family yo mi force Jammeh kami Jammeh for la dir Kanilai.
Yes, that is true.
Could you give us a little bit of a background? Who was your grandfather and what work did he do in Kanilai?
Nya kom mom eno meno nya regoli bu e jalo meno aw mama oli o mi aymo o kami broka bola kom mu regoli prum an mambango na amanji bu mo eno meno do Kanilai.
Okay.
Our grandfather.
Name?
He is someone called Gejo. His first son. He is my father. His first son is my father.
So
And this Gejaw, what did he do?
Ya umam kone mi Gejaw o waka mi Brokabola.
Jejo Brokabola manolo manueno men anatuja.
Gejaw's role or his occupation that we know is that when somebody when somebody has a fracture.
Anatuja.
When somebody has a fracture, like a cut on your leg, you will be brought to him. Then he will check. Then what he knew about that, then he would have a cure for it.
In fact, he was a bone healer. That's what you would say.
That is true. He is a bone healer.
And is that something that ran in the family, that ran through the family?
Yeah, uru Brokabola bukanka na brok banumanje deep family ulu tuwe baje na kilia hama kilia.
The family.
In the family,
baba kabaje.
There are people that have that knowledge. I can say I am also part of those that have that knowledge.
And do you still practice that craft?
Yes, I am still doing it.
Where do you do it?
I used to do it in my house, in my compound, sorry. I also do it at the Mile 2 prisons where I work. Sometimes I am usually called to the RVTH to do the same. Then I will go and help. But I know this is cultured. Sometimes people will ask me as to how I got it. Then I will say, yes, this is by God. It was given to me by God.
You're the family,
and also had inherited it from my family. Even my children, if I am ready, I will also pass it on to them. So I still do it. I still have that.
Do you train them or you just transcendentally pass the knowledge?
There is a way and method to do.
I thought it was only by training, but I didn't realize it could be done.
Where I work,
I
helped some prisoners. I also helped some prison wardens. And also people from outside that used to come visiting for. I used to do that kind of work.
Well, Kanilai is well known for this craft. Even Yahya Jammeh apparently claims that he too can fix bones. Is that true?
Kanilai kana tu kumanje matikalina kana kumanje manji di broko bandraga nya momu kasontene ke wolo bukana andre hani ya jama president ala komitata opo ngarega rek matiko opo pasontene sonte wolo moye no meno.
Ni Jammeh jammo kay.
Yes, I also used to hear that.
But
I know what I can do.
Because
I cannot say yes because I have never seen where he had that or where he did that myself.
But you did not hear about his reputation as a good bone healer, descendants of the Kanilai bone healers.
Na bar awu musutu jammati ko o comme man karisa kan ko wonko e mate ko ona docteur no manje docteur kala manje pour le Kanilai asonteni mo wolo be bo kanak awu musutu jamyo.
Ani yoni Jammeh ja dum kana ni Jammeh dal.
I used to also hear that from people.
So, born in Kanilai, which schools did you attend?
Now, come Kanilai no baje kama karambu yenu je.
Karamwe Kanilai yakonem St. Anthony Primary School.
I went to Kanilai Primary School, and the name of the school is St. Anthony's Primary School.
From which year?
1983 to 88.
From 1983 to 1988.
And which secondary school?
Secondary no jene.
Biam.
Biam.
Biam Secondary School.
Biam Secondary School.
St. Edward.
And the name of the school is St. Edward's.
Of course, you finished in 1992, correct?
And 1992 no bane karangi do Biam.
From 89 to 1992.
Yes, from 1989 to 1992.
So what did you do after you finished schooling?
Ana bammi karangi wanu kani?
Nani banum karangi because talk warekila.
When I completed my education, then we were very good in farming, and we took it as a trade. Then my father died very early. Then I was even in the primary school.
So
I was the one helping my mother.
Secondary 4.
That is why when I completed my secondary 4, I went back to farming. How was I able to be a good farmer? Because my father showed me how to do it. It's like how the villages Dasilame, Kombo Dasilame. That was where I ended up being staying. When I left Kombo Dasilame, I came to Serekunda. When I was still in Serekunda, I used to go on contracts. Like molding of bricks. This is what I used to do for some time. For about 5 years in that trade, I could not acquire any job.
So, 98.
In 1998, I heard about the prison selection for new intakes of recruits.
So,
then I went to give it a try. I was successful, and I was after being successful in the recruitment, then we were asked to go and sit back home. Then they would call us at any time they needed us. When the time came,
on the 1st September 1998.
On the 1st of September 1998, this was when we started our training. We trained for about 5 months.
Pass out.
Then we completed our training and we passed out. In our badge, I did my best though.
Because training.
Because when we were training, I was somebody that would never be at the back seat.
Because
I am always on the front seat.
So
then through that hard work, when we completed the training, then I was transferred to Mile 2. I had 2 weeks at Mile 2. Then I was transferred to the school. Then I realized it was because of the hard work that I did that earned me that transfer to the training school. So that I will be able to teach others as the way I was taught.
So Mononyado.
I was still there at the training school.
For how long did you serve at the training school?
Did training school don't like a vesi to Sonabutumbo.
Training school nela kolagoro waringa simin sigaba deborame.
For about 2 and some years.
And where did you serve after that?
And I pulum the training school when you broke up deku posti.
Mile 2.
Then I was transferred to Mile 2.
And did you serve all your time in the prison system at Mile 2?
Yeah, and what only 2 no can the prison officer. The prison broke up.
Mile 2 no Mile 2.
Whilst I was in Mile 2, I did not even spend for like 6 months. I was transferred to the school. I was still in the school. I trained that batch until they also completed. I was transferred to Mile 2 again.
2004.
And that was sometimes in 2004.
Did you serve at Joshua?
Yes, I was one time transferred to Joshua, but not for long.
How about Janjambure?
I was transferred to Janjambure for over 5 times on 5 different occasions. But I've never spent 1 year on either of the occasions. Anytime I go, I return, then I will be transferred to the school again. At the school for some time, then I will be transferred to the shift.
What do you mean by the shift?
Shift.
It's like those that goes on the morning duties, then afternoon, and then the night duties.
The shifts are those who actually work in the prisons.
Yes.
And during what's your current rank?
The rank I have now, if it was the police, say, it would be a sub-inspector, that is SI. In the prisons, we are referred to as the PO.
When was the first time you attained this level, this rank?
Yeah, makamoy wat yenu mubadjomi de broka boli de na prison.
Magameyo yani jobe PO.
Before I am a PO,
do you couple start?
You would be a corporal.
Problem 2004 promoter.
I was promoted to corporal in 2004.
And then to which rank?
No put on the couple rank yenu baje.
Ne put on the couple ne bajum sergeant 2007.
From corporal, I was promoted to a sergeant in 2007.
And then?
Put on
ne put on ne joe baje PO 2012.
Then I was promoted to PO in 2012.
Proceed.
And put on me?
Okay. Ni put on 2012.
From 2012.
Then ni baje on demotion.
I was demoted.
Who demoted you?
Emma demoted.
David Colley.
David Colley.
This David Colley you're referring to, what was his position in the prison?
David Wanota mom kuela o wata kile makame na brok be na namekane di prison.
One of the Director General of Prison.
He was the Director General of the prisons.
Where is he from?
O bebe na purlo.
David Obo kanila na purlo.
David too is from Kanilai.
But David,
but for David, I, that is sitting just here, would be able to witness that or attest to that he is not from Kanilai.
David,
what brought David to Kanilai was that his mother used to, anytime that he has a child, the child would like pass on. So his mother used to have those type of things. His mother is the one from Kanilai.
Mr. Witness, that may be interesting, but let's skip that and move on to the more important issues for the Commission. It is just sufficient that we know that he is from Kanilai or lives or has a home in Kanilai. Okay. Now let's talk about briefly the problems in the prisons. In particular, the issue of the food.
What I know on the issue of food at the prisons, a lot of people came here to testify. And what they've said here was all the truth. I will not swear to the Holy Quran and still speak the lies. The food at the prisons is not good. The reasons why I said the food is not good, the food is like the kind of food that you yourself would not be eating it at your home. You cannot call that good. Me sitting here, I don't usually eat from the food that is but when I start eating it was when I was also arrested and kept at one place there. That was when I realized that the food at the prisons was not good. Because the food that comes, if I look at it and I feel I cannot eat, I just tell them that I'm okay. Because I was in a tight place, and I was kept there without reasons.
We would come to all that while you were kept there, whether there were reasons or not, how you feel about it and all. But for now, let's just focus on the problems that are in the prison, which you have noticed as problem, be it as formally as an inmate or as a prisons officer. Would you say that the food was terrible? You said it was not good, but would you say that the food was terrible?
Comme manara game nani puri ngabo di kolya na obaji mitu na tanenya follow mika kolya no mani mi yindu di prisine di kasoye kon ko e furiyaf mante pungo nu rek mante sinanga dan kuriye mi furiyaf kuriye mi di prisine fu jakut frem man pour mambe ananga fo ma anga manari wala aw comme manu manji mi mat ko aw ko bibi ko sofi ko nindo di pop non la ko do brokap bu not me regol li ko e furiyaf bu eno meno.
Yes, that is what I've been saying. When I was there, in fact, when I was detained there was when I knew that the food was not good.
The question I have asked is, we know you have said it is not good. But what I'm saying is, how bad was it? Is it terrible? Is it something that prisoners would be happy to receive? Was it something that prisoners would oftentimes throw away?
Nane wana manya matikono furia fujako. Nane bana wana manyumbe manje mantiko furia fujako mante prisoner ku senja anoyeta ngolnare mante panayu wala panaride bare anosa na manya matiko onere nyamo le furia fajake. Wana manya mu seten.
Yes, that is true.
How about the prison accommodation, the cells?
Nya kala ka ku do prison do cell bu enomeno.
It's not good.
Tell us about the problems.
With
accommodation, why are you saying it's not good?
Because the reasons why I say it's not good. I realized this when I was arrested myself. Because if you are not there, you would not actually know or tell what exactly is in there. But whenever you enter into the cell, you will be confronted with an order that you would not even believe that these people may live in this kind of order. And you will be eating from that cell. That is where you will piss. That is where you will also use your kemba pot to at least go to the toilet. So I would definitely say the cells are not good. You cannot just place a human being in those cells.
Let me ask you a very curious question. You said when you were detained, that's when you realized it. But as a prison officer, locking up people in that condition, didn't you at that stage also realize that this was very bad?
Yes, that time you will be able to know, but not all. Because the reasons why I said so, the person in the cells would be the one that would know exactly what is any difficulties that are within. If he did not tell you, the person outside would not be able to know. That is why I had that experience to say it's not good.
Okay, let's move on. What other hardships are there in the prison that affects prisoners?
Prisoner
the difficulty in the prison, on the prison officers, on the prison ward, the prisoners, would be their food. If the food is good, and their shelter is good, then some of the things that used to happen may not have happened. That is what I observed.
Okay. How about overcrowding? We did receive information that there's a serious overcrowding in the prison.
That is true. I used to hear that. The reason why I may not be able to see that,
because
My work inside the prisons are sometimes not much. But I used to hear people talk about that a lot.
We heard also that some prisoners even used to sleep in the toilets.
That is true.
Now let's talk about the food. We understand that prison officers used to also steal the food.
Now,
like the meat, for instance.
Prison kukute kut muria me bukana kangu kulmidomi deru endai kasoe.
Well, that may be true, but I have never witnessed it. I've never seen it. Because what you see is what you can. I cannot also say it has not been happening there. Because a lot of people came here to testify and I had said so. Because at the school where I used to be, I wouldn't be able to know a lot.
But
the time I have in the prisons is always limited. Then what they say, well, it may be true.
Have you, before the TRRC, did you hear about this problem?
Nya bala TRRC jume TRRC nijame jankuye matiko kukuti kudo sina muria me kunda kwana kanko sofi do mukukol.
Yeah, they Jammeh na TRRC non start me Jammeh.
No, I heard that for the first time when the TRRC commenced.
No, me Jammeh.
That was when I heard about it.
And that will go the Jeremy Karol Kuni.
Then I said to myself, on the whole, we are in the darkness because we are young officers within the prisons.
Now let's talk about torture of prison inmates.
Nya ja mumika kueti eteke bukana kan kuma ni kukudo man kusofi kukul nukula nkonde eteke jakutai mumika kuya kilia.
Have you ever witnessed this?
Mususidia kueu enamuru nyamu.
Yes, that is true.
Can you tell us what happened up to the point you witnessed the torture of inmates?
Where I can say that it is true, that is when what I can witness. It's like there was a time I was called to go and answer to the headquarters.
Why were you called to go and answer at the headquarters?
Headquarters.
When I was called to go to the headquarters, and I went to the headquarters, then I was asked to stay out for the time being. Then during that time, there were people behind David's office. Then I realized that there was something about to happen. And when they were done, I was called to David's office, behind David's office. Sorry.
Who were the officers behind David's office?
Officer Bukemo Komba Bulankabiti of F30 David.
Officer, can you talk about Deputy Director General P. Jaju?
The officers I found there were the Deputy Director General Yaya P. Jaju.
Only talk about?
He was the one I found there.
Ibrahim Jammeh, Chief Superintendent.
Chief Superintendent Ibrahim Jammeh.
But Jammeh is a commissioner.
Now he is a commissioner.
Ibrahim Jammeh, was he known by any other name?
Ibrahim Jammeh, Badikare Sankuonko.
Chief Totora.
Yes, there was a name they used to call him. That is Chief torturer.
And who else?
And royal family.
And royal family.
Who was called royal family?
Royal family.
Actually, Ibrahim.
That same Ibrahim Jammeh.
So Ibrahim Jammeh had two names. And tell us again one by one.
Actually, Ibrahim Jammeh.
He is Ibrahim Jammeh.
Nujo Adamu Baji.
Listen to the question.
Ibrahim Jammeh.
You said Ibrahim Jammeh was known with two names.
No, Ibrahim Jammeh
okay, two other names. The first one is
one Jammeh de Guango.
Yes, those were the names I used to have. Call him.
I want to clearly put them on the record. You said first is what?
Royal
family, you said chief torturer.
Yes.
So Ibrahim Jammeh was also known by these two names.
Yes, those were the names they used to refer to him.
You mentioned the name Adama Jammeh. Adama Baji. What is the relevance of that name?
Adama Baji is also an ASP.
ASP, he was an inspector.
Before he was being elevated to the rank of ASP, he was an inspector.
Who else?
Emma.
Nujo and Lamin Jabang, Pio Lamin Jabang.
Also one P.O. Lamin Jabang.
Pio Lamin Fadera.
P.O. Lamin Fadera.
Sana Sergeant Sana Kujabi.
Sergeant Sana Kujabi. Those were the officers I found there with some recruits.
And some recruits.
Yes.
Who else in this group is from Kanilai?
And I'm a Pulu Kanilai. I'm a Pulu Kanilai.
Budget Kanja Ibrahim Jammeh only Jammeh Kanilai na Purlo.
There was none from Kanilai, if not for Ibrahim Jammeh that I used to hear that he said he is from Kanilai, or claimed to be from Kanilai.
And that is Ibrahim Jammeh, royal family, Ibrahim Jammeh, chief torturer.
And Ibrahim Jammeh, royal family, Ibrahim Jammeh, chief torturer.
Okay. So
yes, that is what he used to to people.
Okay. So, and what did you find this group doing?
Yeah, buku kanu talk nya momo, kanu lim nya momo. Wano toki kore kan?
When I came to where they were,
Deputy Director General Yapi Jaju.
The Deputy Director General Yapi Jaju
senior Kotu
was the most senior among them.
But
then, as what I have observed, he was only sitting there to be a witness.
Because the experience
through my experience, I was able to come to this conclusion.
Because actually David
himself and David, there were no cordial relationship between them. That was why he was taken to that place, so that he will also implicate him. But then God, so good, made it possible that Yaya was somebody like he used to study himself very well. That was why what happened on the table, not the next, he was the senior. He was the one that asked me to. Because I know if the questioning, there were any truth in it,
Business, let's go it step by step. And listen to my questions very well. You have mentioned 7 people who were present. Were there any other people there who were not prison officers?
Prison officers.
Yes, the only people that were not prison officers were the prisoners themselves.
Who are they?
And they were one Soriba Conte.
Laminja.
Conte or Conde?
Conte.
All right. Conte. We understand it is Conde.
Conde.
Okay, it's Conte.
Okay. Proceed, please.
Laminja.
Laminja.
Umar Jallo.
Umar Jallo.
Tariq Bright.
Tariq Bright.
You have Standing.
Stanley,
yes.
Stanley.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Stanley.
Okay. Stanley, which country is he from?
Stanley or Mofbena Pullo?
Standing, I'm a Nigeria there.
Okay.
I believe he is from Nigeria.
Okay, 5 prisoners you have named. How about, was there a person called Makodu?
It's not finished yet. I've not exhausted the list.
All right, please proceed.
Modu Sonko.
Modu Sonko was also part of them.
Amadou Sedi.
Amadou Sedi.
Makodif Tontoko.
Makodif, I also found him there. For him, I nearly forgot about him.
8 people.
Yes, I found those 8 there.
When you arrived there, what exactly did you see happening?
When I arrived, Ibrahima
is a commissioner.
Right now he is a commissioner.
Ibrahima who?
Ibrahima Amba.
Ibrahima
Jammeh.
Command.
Was the one giving the orders as the command.
Proceed.
When I arrived, when we saw eye to eye, he soaked his head down. Then his reactions changed and he was stressed. All what he was doing, David's window was left open. He was watching. Then they used to take prisoner one after the other to the top. Sorry, on the decks, and would start beating.
Okay, let's allow us. We want to understand exactly what happened. How far was it from David's office?
Nya kop mo kana yeko mumanja. Nya palantereti David womblinya. Ditambuko kombe teke. Titore to bu eno.
Ole idfa. Bolongo ma han ujaga jama han ana sanga njab furum. Han furum na wala furum fola panu jam.
It's not far. Even if people are like gossiping, you will hear them. It's not far. It's just behind.
Give us an indication. Using the space in this room, in this
It's just like where the interpreters are. Just here, where I am pointing at.
Okay, let's use this room. Let's assume that where you are seated is David's office. Where was this event taking place relative to this hall?
It's like where I'm seated was where David's office is.
Yes.
Where they were beaten is like where this pillar is. Just in front of me.
Good. So it's about 3 meters away.
Exactly. Exactly, that's correct.
And where does David's window open to? Does it open to exactly where the beating was taking place? Or from the David's office, from David's window, you would not be able to see what was going on?
Nya palantere mene wombulo meno jongo di ko man komere teke mante abe purto ranko teke nya no ngoma o etangol na juki mbikiti muri ni palantere David
ani ojuku ja ma kamo because na juki juk wakono bekane too.
If you see them, if you see why David did that, he is seeing them, he knows what they're doing.
Was David party to what was going on?
David opo nananam do on komere kane odo
nananam.
Yes, he is. According to what I understood, he is.
How do you know he was party to what was going on?
Ambun kan mo man metko obuko tu ko nape e kane ko yakutai
aka me man me ko tu ko nanam di borxobu kato akila mu kene bukum pour mako jox pour no prisoner.
The reasons why I know or why I draw this conclusion as to that they were all in the same thing was that he was the one that selected the prison officers to go and bring out the prisoners.
And?
Yeah.
Anything else?
That was the reason why I came to that conclusion.
Do you have any other reason?
Yeah, because
also there was a time that they've said they caught some prisoners with some mobile phones at the security wing. But I've never seen those phones though. It was like what they've cooked against me. There was no truth in it.
I understand, Mr. Witness, you are interested in exonerating yourself about the accusation.
Au kankan nang wang au nuisi se mante ko au kumange Beirut di wafaf au kumana he Beirut duku.
But the commission is interested in a whole lot more about what happened during that time.
Ba tenenya commissione u tu kumange be man ko li ko no sano bajiro no manji waranta kambo commissione yene mangi be manji wate kiliya.
So we don't want to focus just on the accusation against you and what you have to say about that.
Nya ultenenya itungol nujongori au kep kom au wanku mambe rudi di wanku kanim di wanku ganim kep.
We want to deal about the other things that are also equally important.
Mama nyimbe mang pulu umika kui tu anama nyulo tu kumaya wabaje muduri kasoy.
Before you went to the place where the prisoners were beaten, do you know whether the officers had any communication with David Colley?
Au be rimbo to tankola kama kane kuyu mande pungo nure gole mande ko book officer ko buku kala ko to me kama be me kumni kudo kori office ande David wanko mure jabe kane
e wa baje.
Yes, it's true.
While the beating was going on, do you know whether there was communication that was going on between David Colley and those who were carrying out the beating?
Na nangola ko me take pop mande pungo nure gole mande ko buko kala ko me take di David ko la kasanken ko ka jamor
wa baje ko la ka jamor kay.
Yes, it's true. They were communicating.
Do you know whether David gave any orders to the individuals who were carrying out the beating?
Mande pungo nure gole mande David pop na seni sem furim pour buko to me kane nangola ko me take buko
wa baje kay na seni sem furim.
Yes, he must have given them the order.
Mr. Chair, it's 1:30. Perhaps we will take the break and then we proceed with the witness when we receive. Thank you.
Thank you, Council, and thank you, Mr. Jammeh. We will take a lunch break, a move of 1 hour, and resume at 2:30.
Kiamanana baraka, bare mbuja follow kontongem, mbula laja no kontina. Baraka.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Fauru, Asulu, Aiwali, Pelori, Tamasingola.
asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi di leen nuyu ku nekk ci turam ak santam lii nag xibaar la boo xam ne nii ñu ngi ko jagleel képp ku nekk ci biir tundu Amérique di leen yëgal ne nguur gi tàmbali na li nga xam ne nii moom mooy compter bu ngay war a def di census bi census bi nii nag dinañ ñëw ci kër gu nekk indi fa li nga xam ne nii moom mooy ab leetar bi nag mu ngi bàyyeekoo ci US 2020 census na ngeen fexe ñu compter leen compter waale seen njaboot ndaxte compte mi am na njëriñ yu bari lum ëmba compte bi nag mën nga koo def si li nga xam ne nii moom mooy online bi wala si sa téléphone jokkalante si diiri juróom-ñaari minute fexe leen bañ leen compter ak seeni njaboot man mii de dinañ ma compter.
We all count.
diggante nekk programme boo xam ne dafa jóg pour defar diggante yi.
diggante dinañ waxtaane nag si biir kër yi.
diggante nit ki ak boromam.
dinañ dem si biir office yi.
diggante nit ki ak yonantu.
dinañ génn réew mi.
diggante nit ki sax ak moromam. bàyyi daam am na ko tiit na lool ci diggante ak boromam mbaa du yàqu yi.
diggante du fi yàqoo diggante dina ko defar fii.
ndax nag réeroo amul daal waaye ñàkk a waxtaan am bu ñu waxtaanee gindandikoo programme boobu nag ana ñan ñoo koy amal.
Mouhamadou Lamine Kane al Mansour ànd ak xaritam Baye Dame Diouf ñooy def diggante.
Gambian Talents TV. ñoo leen di indil programme bu mag boobule.
dinañ ko indi ajuma bu nekk bu juróom-ñetti waxtu jotee ba juróom-ñeenti waxtu ak genn wàll.
asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakaatu.